everyone, here doing another A Drummer's Guide to, and today it's A Drummer's Guide to Crossroads and Difficult Decisions. And I think that this is a really important subject that I've been through the mill with it, basically. When I was a kid, I used to think that every decision I made would affect me for the rest of my life, and if I made the wrong decision about playing with this one covers band, or go to this one blues jam, then if I didn't go, then that was it. That was my whole life's path completely ruined. And I used to analyse it to death. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. As I've gotten older, I've realised actually it's not about that, and it's a lot bigger than that, and actually you have a lot more control over not just making the decision but the outcome after that decision. So let me have just one thing that I need to say is that I'm a Gemini, so I am the most indecisive person ever, and I didn't know if it was just me, but it's not. I have a lot of Gemini friends whenever we go out for meals. Trying to get us to order is the most frustrating experience ever, because none of us can decide on a single dish and none of us can help each other because we're all in the same boat. So I'm a naturally very indecisive person, and I fight that daily, but it's okay. I'm dealing with it. It's okay. So when I was younger, I would be incredibly indecisive and analyse and just focus on, for instance, if I was going for an audition. I remember going for an audition when I was 16, and I mean I was there with my best friend. She was auditioning as well, and I was obsessing over what clothes to wear, and I thought that would make a difference as to whether I got the gig or not. And of course, it doesn't. You can change clothes. That's no big deal. So, and that the result of that audition was that I didn't get it, and I thought, well, it was obviously it was the clothes I wore. Now, of course, it wasn't. It's just either I didn't play well enough, quite possibly. That's quite a possibility, and then also not the right personality, maybe not the right kind of look for what they were looking for. That's fine. And from that happening, I'm here now, so I've survived it. But I was convinced at that time, if I made the wrong decision for one tiny little thing, my life's path it's not that it would have changed, it's that's it. Shut us down, you're done. You made the wrong decision, you're out. Like I say, I'm here now, so clearly not the case. But there's been a couple of really big decisions in my life that I have had to make that were difficult, and that have been involved in that were difficult, not necessarily just my decision, but other people's as well. One of those is when I was playing with The Darkness. And for anyone that doesn't know who The Darkness are, they are a glam rock pop band. They were huge in the early 2000s, and they have been they've been writing and recording and touring ever since then. Their big hit was I Believe in a Thing Called Love. I believe in a thing called love, just listen to the rhythm of my heart. That song. So yeah, I got the opportunity to work with them, and it was an incredible opportunity. We recorded an album, The Last of Our Kind. We did some touring, we shot some videos, random stuff. Lovely lads, like the sweetest, and it was so much fun. But it did come to a point where we both, myself and they, decided that maybe it was not the right thing for me to carry on moving forward, which was the right decision for both parties. And now they have Rufus Taylor, who is like the most perfect fit for them, which is amazing, and I'm so super happy for them. So I got to this point. It was sort of it was either early May or late April in 2015, I want to say, and we'd parted ways. That had happened, and I just sat down and went, okay, no one's going to be calling me for the next year, because they're going to all assume that I'm still playing with The Darkness, and it takes time for people to know that they can call you for gigs now. So I thought, okay, I need to take this opportunity to sit down and take stock and just think about why I'm doing what I'm doing. What do I love about what I'm doing? What do I really not enjoy? and see if I could find a new path that would accommodate those things and would make me enjoy what I'm doing even more. I mean, I've always loved what I do. There's always, of course, as anything in life, there's always parts of it that you kind of don't enjoy as much as others. But yeah, I thought, okay, this is an opportunity. So I sat down and I thought, okay, what do I... Oh, don't rain. Sorry, it just started raining and I'm filming outside, so I've just had to put a canopy thing over me, so it might sound a bit rainy and it's gone a bit darker probably, but it's okay, we'll get through this together. Yeah, so I sat down and I thought, right, what do I love about what I do? What do I really not enjoy about what I do? And how can I maximise the things that I love? And there's this 80-20 rule, and I'm sure I will talk about it in other videos, where they say that 80% of your stress comes from 20% of your like actions, and that can be like in business or it could be people, and vice versa. 80% of your joy will come from 20% of things that you do or the people, blah blah blah. Anyway, so I thought about that and I thought, okay, well, what do I love? What do I love about drumming? What do I love about all the work that I do, all the wonderful people that I meet and I get to play with? So obviously I love playing drums. I think that's pretty obvious, and that's kind of, if you didn't enjoy that, I think that's time to put the sticks down, really. Love that. Love playing songs. I've always loved playing songs. I love lyrics. I love creating an emotion. I love it when people connect with lyrics and an artist, and you know, you can see it in gigs when you're looking out and there's like people in tears or just with so much passion, and you can see that they're remembering something that's happened to them or something that they've got through because of that song. And that really, like, that always gets me. Like, it doesn't matter how many gigs I play, that will always get me. And that doesn't matter if that's an original artist or if that's a covers gig. You know, it can be in a pub somewhere. There could be 4 lads over there and they've all got their arms around each other because they're remembering this song that they heard when they were together in uni, and you know, they're getting all emotional. I love it. I just love it. Makes me feel so lucky to be able to create that for people. So love that. I also love variety. I love playing with different musicians and meeting lots of different people. Yeah, I really enjoy that, and I'm terrible. I'm not very good at being in one band. If I am, I will still be playing with lots of other people because I don't know, I thrive on the kind of the not knowing, on the kind of edge of your seat, you know, what's that musician going to do, like, because we've never played together, so let's just like communicate and see what the conversation is that comes out between us. I love that. It really, yeah, that inspires me massively. Plus, people are so interesting. Just talking to people is like so awesome. Like, they blow my mind. Like, yeah, just I love talking to people. As you can tell, talking to a camera, doing basically a monologue. I like to have a chat sometimes, so yes. Which reminds me, if anyone ever sees me out anywhere, just come and talk to me, because I love to talk. And I won't talk at you, I promise. Like, you can just tell me all about you, because, yeah, nobody wants to hear about me. Yeah, so, okay. So that I had those 3 things. I had those things and I sort of racked my brains. I was going through different scenarios and, you know, in fact, I don't even remember what the other scenarios were because I'm pretty sure that this one came pretty quickly. And that was, and it's been a dream for a long time, and I realised why it was such a big dream, because it kind of encompassed all these things. And that was to start a remote recording business. So what that means, for people that don't know, is anyone from anywhere in the world can send me their music that needs drums recording. I can then record on their song, send it back, there we go, done. It meant that every day I was working with someone different, not just someone different, but someone potentially from halfway across the world that I otherwise would probably never be in touch with. They could be like in literally the middle of nowhere, as long as they had an internet connection. And you know, some of the people that I've worked with literally live in the tiniest towns, like in the middle of the States, and you know, I've had a couple of people in China recently, and it's just like, I didn't even know that these places existed. I know that's terrible. My geography, horrendous. Like, if you're ever out with me, never follow me anywhere. I don't know where I'm going, ever. However, I do have conviction. So when I set off, I will just go. But I can guarantee you I'm going the wrong way. Just go the opposite direction to where I'm going and just say I'm this way. But yeah, so it's been an incredible way of meeting people from all over the globe that I would never be able to usually. That's been a wonderful, wonderful thing. And consequently, I've met some incredible fans of the artists that I've worked with as well, who have told me the most incredible stories about how people's music has affected them. And then consequently, they create their own music, and I can hear the influence, and I can add my influence. And if it's, say, something like a fan of The Darkness, because I've recorded on an album of theirs, I can literally bring them a flavour of The Darkness to their album, and that's a really wonderful thing to be able to do. So that's something that I love. You know, every day I wake up, I don't know what I'm going to be playing, I don't know who I'm going to be playing with. I open up my emails and it's just there, right, today you're doing a song for la 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 from blah blah blah, and you go for it, and it's so much fun, and just chatting with people is just so wonderful. The other thing is I love, like I say, is playing songs, and okay, admittedly sometimes I get sent tracks that are more about the technical side of it, and although they're great songs also, it's more about it's more about the detail rather than the overall emotion, at least for me. But that's personal preference, that's music, isn't it? Also, being able to create with people is just a wonderful thing. So I'm very lucky to be able to have actually facilitate that situation, and I have my own studio now, and I mean, it is a dream come true from when I was a kid starting out. I think it's a lot of musicians' dreams, especially drummers, because obviously playing and recording drums, you need space, you need soundproofing. It's not a subtle instrument to take up, let's just put it like that. And although it's great with electronic kits now, it's still, for me, not the same as sitting down and feeling the drums, and the way you dig into a drum is very different. And yeah, I think it's just a wonderful way to use modern technology to connect with people from all around the world, really. I now have a client base of about 250 people, which is just mental. I mean, the studio's only been open for 2 years. In fact, it's literally going to be 2 years in like a couple of weeks. And, you know, I'm working with people from over 30 countries, and it's just, I feel so lucky to have been given the opportunity to sit down after making a decision and feeling like I have control in where I go next, and I do, and essentially I run a business, which is crazy. I feel like a child still, and I'm running a business, and that's crazy to me, but it's really nice to feel like you have some control over the destination of your career. And I've spent so many years basing my career and my self-worth, if I'm completely honest, on someone else calling me saying, can you come to this audition? We need you for this gig. And although that's great and it's lovely, when the phone doesn't ring, that can be difficult. That can be very difficult to let yourself have that worth. And through having my own business, I get to go, right, I don't have much in the diary. Let me reach out to some people. Let me go and find some really cool new artists and just start a conversation. And it just gives me, I mean, I'm a control freak, totally, but I don't know any musician that isn't, to be honest. So it just makes me much more comfortable, and it doesn't make me feel like I have all my eggs in one basket. I have variety in that I'm still touring. When I'm at home, I can be in the studio, which means I'm not going stir crazy, which I used to. When I used to come off tour, oh my gosh, I was the worst person to be around, like the worst. It was, I was impossible to deal with, and I used to get really sort of the post-tour blues thing, whereas now I just go straight into my studio and I start working on that, and it's so wonderful. So yeah, I think the thing that I've realised over the years is that actually it's not about making the right decisions, it's just you know, there's no right answer to anything. There's only decisions, and you've got to make them the right decision. You have a choice, and once you realise that, I think you'll end up getting the best from every situation, no matter how dismal it might seem. You've got to see it as an opportunity to, I don't know, just better yourself and get to where you want to be and enjoy it along the way, I guess. So we shall see. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and there will be another one next week. I have no idea what it's going to be about, but I'm going to record another one soon, so we shall see. Hope you guys are well, and I will see you again next week. Okay, bye.